YouTube, hello and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing well and staying blessed. Today is Friday, and just because it's Friday doesn't mean that we are gonna rest. We do not let that excitement of the weekend overtake the ability for us to do what we need to do. And even if you work out on the weekend, you still gotta get your workout in. I was scrolling on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I saw something rather scary, peculiar, a whole lot of different ways I could view it, but OpenAI. Now, if you guys aren't aware what OpenAI is the company that made ChatGPT, and I believe some other AI products or whatever the case may be. But the one that stuck out to me, I can't remember the name of it, but they made freaking videos. You type in a prompt and it made a video. And honestly, that was insane to see. Like, it's crazy how much technology has advanced, and like, you know, I could even add some of that stuff to my videos if I want to, you know, like that was Sheer, by the way. Sheer just pulled up. But I could even add some of that stuff to my videos, but I want to keep it organic. You know, I'm not going to let AIs take over. Kind of reminded me a bit of Skynet and all that sort of shit. So a little scary in that regard. But today's leg day and day number 22 of the Impetus strength program, which means we're going heavy today. It's 3 reps, but I did feel like a little bit of pain, or rather I have been feeling a little bit of pain in my knees later on in the day. Not necessarily in the morning, and I didn't feel it this morning, but I have been feeling it in later on during the day, like at work and stuff like that. So I mean, if I start to feel a lot of pain in my knees, then I'm going to stop, I'm going to lower the weight, and I'm not going to injure myself, because as I've said before, your body gives signals to you through pain to let you know what you need and to do, or rather don't need to do in this case. But you gotta listen to your body, right? And you can't just let your body be sore and, or rather injured, and still work on it. I mean, I think it was David Late or someone. I don't want to bring up names too much because I'm not sure who exactly. I don't know the whole story, but I know people will take painkillers to ignore the pain when they're doing a certain exercise that hits that spot that they're in pain. And that's just fucking ludicrous, man. Like, you're just going to injure yourself, right? Your body ultimately knows what's best for it, and it's going to tell you and give you the signals to, you know, learn and do what you need to do to make sure you don't injure it. Because the name of the game, guys, is not get injured. I mean, a lot of times you go to the gym injured because you don't want to miss a day. However, if you get even further injured, then you're going to miss a lot more than just a day. So just remember that. But enough said, guys. Without further ado, it's fucking gym time. So after completing the warm-up, I can kind of confirm my knee's not feeling too bad. I do encompass squats because I want to, in my warm-ups, like just body weight squats, because I want to make sure I'm getting the depth right. And sometimes I feel like I'm not hitting that depth properly, right? So most of the time when I'm warming up, I try to aim for more dynamic movements, dynamic stretches. However, if I feel like my squat's not hitting the right depth that I typically does, then personally what I'll do is a static stretch of a split. What that does is it kind of opens up the muscles, I guess, inside of the forgot what this part of the leg's called, but open it up a bit so I can get more depth, because again, the name of the game with squats is depth, but also controlling it, obviously. It's a lot of names of the games, I guess you could say. But last week, or rather second week, I think it was, I don't remember exactly the day, but maybe day 7, something like that, maybe day 6, I did 295. So that's 2 plates in the 45s. But this time, or sorry, two 45s plus a 35, but I actually have to add an additional 5. So Sheer, add another 5 on there. So I can get that progressive overload, which makes this a grand total of 305. So we're getting really close to that 315 area of doing that for 3 reps, because again, today's for 3 reps. More than anything, especially when I'm at a heavyweight like this, I want to make sure that I'm having the right form, have a belt on if need be, and also using the safety bars, because they're there for a reason. If I do fail, I don't really want to have Shahir have to spot me. As much as it is beneficial to have someone spot you as well as use these, I feel comfortable with just dropping the weight, especially at this weight. I don't feel too bad, but just pushing forward. And I could judge it, right? I mean, if there's one rep that I'm really struggling with, then I'm going to keep a keen eye for it. But make sure you guys get comfortable with failing, especially when you guys are going heavier on the squats, because if you guys aren't comfortable with failing, you guys aren't really going to be able to push yourselves. And I mean, that's coming from personal experience. When I first was squatting, I was so nervous to fail, but I also didn't use the safety bars. So definitely use the safety bars. That's definitely like a trick I can give you guys to get more comfortable with failing And I mean, hey, if you guys aren't fully comfortable with failing, like some people never failed before, get comfortable with it. I mean, you don't have to do a super heavy weight, but it is probably better to do a heavy weight so you get more used to it. But get used to just pushing forward, getting out of the way of the weight and letting it fall. I mean, it's not bad to fail. Failure is growth, as long as you learn from it. But enough said, let's get into the set. Mike's moving around here. Hands as close to my shoulders as possible. And pop up, step back. Lock my feet in position. And brace like I'm about to take a punch. One more, this would be a war though. You'll notice I don't wear shoes. I actually don't know if you guys can see it, but I don't wear shoes because I feel like it has a better grip for me. Some people like shoes, but most shoes are designed wrongly, where your balance isn't the most optimal. You guys really have to worry about your balance more than anything on this, so you have to figure out what works for you. Some people like to put plates on their heels and shit, but we got 2 more sets of this. That first set was a war, but it's gonna get better. Let's get this shit done. 10. Okay, so we're moving into the second exercise of our superset of the day, which is gonna be lunges into the goblin squats. If you guys missed last week's leg day, which I think was day, subtract 4, Chris, 18. This specific superset fucked us up. Not doing as much volume, but a little heavier, but it's still gonna fuck us up. I mean, I did the first set, I ain't no joke. So I mean, I upgraded the weight here on the lunges by 5 pounds, because last week we were doing 95, and I'm kind of like, I guess I don't know what the name is, OCD kind of with the numbers. I want it to be 100, so I added 2.5s to increase it by 5 to put it to 100. And just for about 6 reps, then go into goblin squat, which is doing 90 pounds for 10 reps. Because we are increasing the weight, getting a little bit more emphasis on the strength element. Of course, we don't want to compromise the form. So I mean, if the form starts to compromise, we will lower the weight if need be. But I want to talk about that squat set. My second set, I was doing my 3rd rep. And prior to doing that set, I drank a little bit of pre-workout, and all I was tasting throughout that set was the fucking taste of the pre-workout, which is like blueberry something, or blue raspberry. And on that 3rd set, I felt like my stomach was gonna explode. Like literally, it was like into my throat, the blue raspberry, and it didn't feel good, so I had to fail. But on the last set, I was able to do 3, but you guys gotta get more comfortable with failing. Speaking of which, Shahir ended up doing the same weight as me. He did it for 3 reps, and then of course, the competition side of Shahir, you wanna do additional rep. So he's going for the 4th rep, which honestly, I can't do for 4. I know I can't do that for 4, not yet at least. I'll find a way. No limiting beliefs here, but I'll find a way to hit that 4 reps eventually with time. But he was going on that 4th rep and came down, I guess, really quickly, and he was incapable of bringing it back up. So he failed as well. However, the way he failed was a little bit dangerous because he came down on his neck, right? So when you're failing, you want to really emphasize getting away from the weight, okay? Don't worry about the sounds it makes or anything like that. The name of the game is to get away safely. You don't want to get hurt, and having it fall on your neck doesn't fucking feel good. So he came down and he was kind of like this on the safety bar there, and that could lead to so much injury. But just learn how to fail properly. Everything's a lesson. Thankfully, he wasn't hurt, and I'm very impressed with him because lifting the weight that he lifted is the same weight as me, and he hasn't been working out as long as me. So I guess this boy just has some fucking insane legs. He's a basketball player though, so that's something else to know. But enough said. Let's do this. 6 reps, about 100 pounds. You know, I have to do it right. One after another though. Let's get this shit. Feel off balance there. Last one here. Going right into goblin squats. I remember when I was first starting off at the gym, I told you guys before I was afraid to do the barbell squats. So to compensate, I would just bang out a whole lot of goblin squats. I always used to superset it with seated calf raises too, I remember. And that superset also fucked you up, but definitely out of any superset I've ever done for legs, I definitely think, actually I shouldn't say that. There's definitely worse, but this is definitely one of the harder ones. When we got one more set both, I'm rested too much. We're gonna get this shit done. I said it and I'll say it again. That particular superset is definitely not for the faint of heart. And if you guys haven't hit leg days in a long ass time, that's try doing that. You guys will probably not want to hit leg day for a very, very long time. But kind of turns into what I want to talk about right now, which is stop being so hard on yourself. You gotta stop living in the past. And what I mean by that, specifically with the gym and in the context of skipping leg day. Let's say you do choose to skip leg day this week. Well, you can't let that affect you, right? And sometimes people will skip leg day one week and then be like, oh, I skipped it last week, I'm not gonna do it this week, or blah, 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 I'm gonna be so hard on myself, or I'm just not even gonna go to the gym, overthink shit. It's just not worth it. And that's living in the past. Now, the reality of it is, the past, the future, both of which are just fragments of your imagination. The only thing that's real is right now. What you're doing right now is what matters. It does not matter what you could have done, what you should have done, what you're gonna do. It's what you're doing right now. The actions you take. And what I mean specifically with not being so hard on yourself in terms of like a diet, for example, is let's say you do choose to eat that donut, right? Cheat on your diet or whatever the case may be. Well, you can't let that affect you to the point where you choose to not even follow the remainder of your diet. And you're so hard on yourself that you're incapable of realizing that even eating one donut isn't gonna kill you. It just makes you get back on track. You got to use what had happened and not live in the past, but use it to learn what you could do next, what you could do better, right? In terms of the donut, it's like, okay, I ate the donut. That just means I got to go do some extra steps, or I got to do a bit of extra cardio, or I need to be a little bit more strict on my diet. But also understand why it happened. Instead of just focusing on what happened, focus on why it happened, right? It's like, why did you choose to eat that donut? Did you not eat all day? Were you in a bad position? Did you go grocery shopping when you're hungry? You can't do that. That's a good quote, but back to the topic at hand. You got to figure out why you did it and then learn from it, because you'll never be able to learn from it if you're just focusing on the fact that you did it and being hard on yourself that you did it. So needless to say, don't live in the past. Learn from what you did and implement it to what you could do right now. Not what you could do tomorrow, but what you could do right now, because the only thing that's real is right now. Today isn't promised. Tomorrow isn't promised. Even right now in this moment isn't promised. So you got to utilize every waking hour to do something that you want to do and live your life fulfilled. But enough said, enough preaching. We're going to get into our set. We're doing the leg press, and I always say it, but I'll continue saying it because people still fucking do it. Do not go fast on the leg press, okay? It's not about putting on a punch of weights and just banging it out super fast. You want to control it, especially on this. It's most optimal if you control it, because at the end of the day, man, no one gives a fuck if you're putting on 9 plates on here and banging it out. Like, really, no one gives a shit. Do a weight that you could control, and I promise you, try controlling it. If you don't believe me, try it. You guys are going to feel a much more burn and more efficiency from the exercise, so just remember that. But enough said, 10 reps, let's get this shit done. Last one. Right into the calf raise. feel like similarly to the leg press, a lot of people like to slap a lot of weight on the calf raise. But also similarly to the leg press, doing it slower and more controlled is a lot more efficient. You don't want to half-ass exercises, right? If you're just doing it once or for one set or however many sets, you want to make sure you're doing it as effectively as you possibly can. And I mean, fuck, you're at the gym. I'm sure your purpose at the gym is to become stronger and better. So why not do it the best way to obtain that goal? But enough said, we got 2 more sets of this, 10 reps each, and simultaneously one after another. Let's get done. You know, it's typically such a rarity to get this machine, so I always have to be blessed whenever I get it. So I guess gotta really maximize it today by pushing myself to the limit, but of course doing it the right way, which is a controlled way. But I love this machine. Honestly, like, Sam Sulek, man, shout out Sam Sulek. The way he does this fucking machine is honestly so amazing. I love doing it, which is, for you guys that don't know, kind of hugging it to lean yourself forward. I don't know what about it, man, but I guess it's the range of motion, I guess, but it just fucking hurts, and that's what I'm kind of trying to go for. Hurting in the right way. Okay, I don't want to hurt it in the bad way. But you all need to stop fucking settling for okay. Alright? You guys are limitless, and I always say that. You guys are limitless, and you need to believe that. You can't look at yourself and think, oh, I don't have the ability to do this or that and this. And if you guys missed that specific video I did with Andre where he said I can't, those are limiting beliefs, right? And even having those sorts of words in your vocabulary already setting yourself up for failure. If you say you can't, then how are you ever gonna achieve anything? I mean, you can't right now, but you could figure out a way. And that's the way you need to, you know, mentally put it. You have to frame it that way. Because you guys truly are limitless. The only limits you guys will ever have upon yourself are the ones that you place upon yourself. A lot of people are afraid to get into positions where they are pushing themselves past their mentally thought up limits to where they could fully, truly experience who they truly are. And that's sad. So you guys really need to think about that. I mean, I wake up every single day and I look at myself in the mirror. I said, you are able and you can achieve anything. It's kind of like affirmations, right? Positive affirmations. Now, there is a certain dilemma with affirmations. Some people think just saying is going to result in them achieving. That's so false. You'll never achieve something by just saying it. You need to do. Actions speak louder than words any day of the week. If you guys want to achieve greatness, you got to start doing it, not just saying it. But having a good mix of affirmations is always good, especially for you guys that are so hard on yourselves, which goes back to what I was saying, especially on your body. If you're hard on your body, like, what does that do? Oh, I'm so fat, or oh, I'm so this. Well, you're fat because of your choices. You are this because of your choices. Your body is like the ultimate machine. And if you feed your body shit oil, you can't expect it to run at its maximum ability. So, I mean, in that context of being hard on yourself, you really need to realize that the finger isn't being pointed at your body. It's being pointed at you, your face, you as a whole. I don't know why I say your face, but you as a whole, because your choices are a direct reflection of what your body is. So again, stop putting limits on yourself. You guys are able to achieve anything, and stop giving up on yourself. Because just imagine where you would be if you did not give up on yourself on any endeavor that you were choosing to go down. Like, if I gave up on myself when I was feeling like giving up on YouTube, which was near the beginning, I wouldn't have 765 fucking subscribers. And that right there is because of you guys. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. But I want you guys to use that as an example to understand you guys have the ability for greatness. And the only person stopping you is you. Enough said though, let's get this set done. I'm stopping myself from getting this set done, so let's get this shit. 10 reps. Woo. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Shout out to Sam Sulek, man. My hamstrings are on fire. Move right into the next one. So this isn't this isn't simultaneous to the leg curls because this machine was taken. That's no problem though, because I mean, I probably should have recorded it, but it's okay that I did. I don't really think you guys want to watch me holding a wall sit for a minute, but that's what we did. Both me and Sheer held a wall sit for a minute, and then I was like, let's fuck around. So I did 10 push-ups, he did 10 push-ups. I think we did it like 4 times, 3 or 4 times. And it's definitely something that we're gonna do later on when we do more chest. I've taken a little bit of a break from the push-ups because doing 500 push-ups a day is fucking, It hurts. I was feeling all around. It was affecting my workout, so I wanted to take a little bit of a break from it. But once this program's done, we're gonna get back into push-ups. And a game you could do with your friends is do 10 push-ups, 10 push-ups, 10 push-ups, 10 push-ups. First person to stop loses. Competition's crucial to growth. I mean, it pushes you to become better. So I mean, never be afraid of going into competition. But also in the context of waiting for the machine. Now, because there's 2 of us, I'm not gonna ask to work in. However, if you see someone doing supersets, meaning they're doing 2 different exercises, so like 2 different machines, and they're not, you know, and you want to use one of the 2 machines they're using, don't be afraid to ask to work in, right? Because I mean, if they're supersetting, they're doing a set on another exercise. You could sneak in there, get a set in. And all around, don't be afraid to work in with people. I mean, if there's 2 people, it's a little hard to work in, but if there's only 1 person, you could work in so easily, man. And if someone says no, they don't own the fucking gym. Remember that. It's kind of one of those gym etiquettes 101. Put away your weights, allow other people to use the machine if you're not using it consistently. And if you're supersetting, of course. But enough said, let's do this. Give that fucking thing a try. And if you guys are ever waiting for a machine, do something in between. So many different body weight movements. Do some jumping jacks. Keep your heart rate elevated. Keep that grind and that pump going. That's the name of the game. But enough said, let's get this shit done. We got 3 sets of this simultaneously, no supersetting, but I go, he goes. No rest in between other than him going. It's just kind of a rest, so I guess that's a lie, but let's do this, 10 reps. I don't think Shahir can hear me, but I'm gonna up the weight, probably like 3 clicks. I'm gonna keep the footage rolling and see how he reacts to it. Okay, he's going up to the machine now. Let's see if he realizes what's going on. Hopefully not, this would be a good prank. Let's see. He's trying it. It's 225. I feel like I should raise the camera a bit. It's like, what the fuck's going on? He's got no clue. I guess this is kind of ego lifting, but because it's a machine, I'm not too worried about him injuring himself. It's kind of fixated. For you to injure yourself on this machine, it would take quite a lot. But the range of motion's definitely not there. Sure, how'd that weight feel?
Heavy.
It's because it was 3 clicks lower than mine.
It was 3 clicks lower than yours?
Yeah, I did 165. You did 125.
It's heavy.
Workout is all done. It's Friday, which means the weekend is just around the corner. Make sure you spend some time with those closest to you. Let them know you appreciate them. And if you guys didn't get a chance to do something with your loved ones on Valentine's Day, remember, Valentine's Day is the day of love. Now, love is displayed in many different ways. Love is shown through your family, through your brother, and through the person you have a romantic relationship with. But make sure you do something with them, because it's never, there's no reason to have a holiday to celebrate, or rather spend some time with those that are closest to you, those that you appreciate, and of course, those that gave birth to you, because shout out the moms. Without the moms, we would not be here. And it's always something that we take for granted at times because we don't think about it. So you got to think about it, you know, spend some time with them, use it as a reminder, but never just use it for one day. You should always make time for those that are closest to you. And it's honestly the greatest blessing if you still have both your parents in your life. So tell them you love them. Tell them that you fucking appreciate them and everything that they do for you, because sometimes we don't do that. But needless to say, enjoy your weekend, guys. Be safe. If you guys do work out on the weekends, also get your workout in. Don't skip it just because it's the weekend. I personally love working out on the weekends. However, with the current split that I have, I do need to take some rest. Perhaps I go on Sunday though. We'll see. It won't be like a typical workout. It'll probably be just like a little mess around, do a couple different exercises that I want to do. And there's a couple exercises I want to try out that I haven't incorporated in this split that I want to try. So definitely thinking about it. Because I'm not seeing a girlfriend this weekend, unfortunately. But that's okay. We're still going to do what we need to do. But I'm chit-chatting too much, guys. If you're new, hit that sub button. Your boy's on route to 1,000 subscribers by April. first. We are at 765 at the time of recording, so I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are fucking awesome and legendary, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. Hit the post notification bell so you guys never miss a video, and smash that freaking like button. That like button, if you hit that like button, I heard it gives you +5 strength. Disclaimer, it doesn't, but you know, your boy appreciates it, and it puts a smile on my face. But enough said, guys. Have a blessed weekend, have a blessed day, and find your impetus. Goodbye.